Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Well, the other day for Super Bowl, I showed you my twice baked potato. A lot of people said they liked it, they tried it. One person even said they'll never eat another potato other than that again. Thank you so much for that compliment. But I also heard, do you have any other recipes? So I have this other for a shrimp scampi, if you will, a kind of a version. It is done with kind of gotten from Gordon Ramsay's recipe that he sometimes uses. So let's give it a try. I'll try and keep the Gordon Ramsay swearing down to a minimum, but we're gonna try and do this in about 10 minutes, start to finish. So let's see if I can do it. All right, it's a very easy recipe to do. You can see most things are here. You need a lemon, some sage or basil, capelli pasta, shallots work best for this, some cherry tomatoes, red hot pepper flakes, a little bit of ground up or shredded Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, chicken stock, vegetable stock, or seafood stock. This is seafood stock, just a little bit. Works best since we're cooking with seafood, and what we're cooking is some shrimp. I got a few tiger prawns in here. You can see there's only 6. That's about perfect, but anywhere between 4 and 6 for one person. So if you're cooking for 2, double up everything you see here. Lastly, a little bit of cooking wine as well. So I said I can do this in 10 minutes. I've started the ovens to heat them up. Let's see how close I get. Starting my water now. A little bit of virgin oil. And now we can get our preparation for our food ready. First thing we need to do is just chop up some shallots. Very simple. You're not going to go too fancy into this. Just let the knife just cut them up into smaller chunks. Nothing too fancy. Remember to keep your fingers off the top. Because yes, this is a very sharp knife, but I'm using the side of my fingers to guide it. Because I'm like a professional, eh? Not even close, guys. Not even close. But my adaptations, I think you'll like once you taste them. So the capelli pasta is a little different because capelli pasta cooks much faster than regular spaghetti, linguine. It's a very, very thin pasta, so it does not take long to cook up. We're just trying to heat up the water a little bit. I'm going to drop these in about 1.5 minutes or so. Also have your tomatoes. Put that aside. Take your leaves that you have, put the biggest one on the bottom, put them up to the smallest, and then just kind of roll them into a cigar shape. And then again, you're just going to use your knife, cut them up into smaller pieces. I tried to serve this to Paul, who's behind the camera there the other day, and he said, quote unquote, he doesn't eat water bugs. So shrimp scampi was a little bit out for him going forward. So a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Put that on the heat. Let it warm up a little bit. Guess I should keep an eye on the time. First thing you're going to put in, we're going to toss in our shallots. Want that to reduce down just a little bit from the oil. Get them turning a nice light color. While I'm doing that, I can take my cherry tomatoes, just cutting them in half. Not a lot of prep. Not a lot of prep to get ready for this. Keeping the heat down a little bit so the onions don't burn. Next, you want to add in your chicken stock. Take your white wine at the same time. And again, we're letting it all soak in. Always throw in some salt and pepper. I like to add it after the liquid, because it's easier to mix everything in, because we want this to reduce quite a bit. Get my next pan ready. You notice I still haven't started my pasta yet. So what's new with you guys? This is the boring part. Okay, the liquid's getting reduced quite a bit. I'm going to drop in my tomatoes now. And I like to use sage. I like the texture and the aroma with the sage. I'm going to add that in now. Just stir it around again. You can see it's not floating as much as it was before. It's now just starting to coat the onions nicely. Once that reduces down a little bit more, I'm going to drop my pasta and my shrimp at the same time. What do you think I'm at now, Paul? 5 minutes, 6 minutes?
Sure.
Paul just can't wait for me to add the water bugs. That's all he's waiting for. Okay. That's getting down there nicely, where it's just a top liquid. I'm going to let it reduce just a little bit more. Dropping in my capelli. Just let it sit there and soak in the water. You notice I'm not using a large pot, because the more water you use, the more the pasta kind of gets lost and doesn't cook quite as well. This is reduced down nicely. Just going to put that up here, set it aside. And now we want to get our shrimp ready. Shrimp takes hardly any time at all to cook. Again, just a tad, salt and pepper. Now I'm taking my chili flakes, gonna add that to the mix. And remember, the more you add, the hotter this is going to be. So be careful, do it to taste. A lot of people get surprised because, oh wow, that can be devastating. I even forgot to grab an item. Little clove of garlic. Take your cheese shredder. Shrimp, once they're cooked, turn them over on one side, take them off the heat, let them finish cooking all by themselves for now. Switch the pots up, stir your pasta a little bit. It is almost ready for sure. Lemon, a little bit of zest. Same thing with your shrimp. Really adds a good taste and a zing to the flavor. It's back on the stove. Go ahead and switch out your shrimp and the juices with it. Mix it all in there. Just enough to warm it back up a little bit. Go ahead and turn your heat off. Take your pasta. One quick strain back into the pot. So there's still a little bit of juice in there. Dump it back in. Take some of the flavor, make sure it mixes in with the pasta. That's basically it. Everything now is off. Let's put it together. Grab yourself a good handful of the pasta. Spread the shrimp around a little bit. Make sure to pour all that juice and flavor from the onions and the tomatoes all over that dish. Ooh. I know Paul's looking at this going, those are bugs, but I'm going, that smells amazing. Again, one more time, just take your shredder, a little bit more zest on top. Finally, well guys, sorry, here's where my sound cut out for some reason. We are adding a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese, then a squeeze of lemon, just squeeze it on top. And there you go. Hey, it made my basket. That is my shrimp scampi. And it is absolutely delicious. You will, beyond a doubt, if you like shrimp and you like pasta, and you will love this dish. It is delicious. And it's very quick, as you can see, to make. This took about 12 minutes to make altogether. I had my temperatures for my heating up the water just a little too low to be able to put in my pasta fast enough. But other than that, oh, this was delicious. That little added lemon, the sweetness from the cherry tomatoes, the splash of garlic, the shrimp themselves not being overcooked, and make sure nothing is burnt. Don't leave those onions in too long. Make sure you reduce it just right. But oh, you will definitely not regret trying this meal. It's a Gordon Ramsay restaurant recipe, like I mentioned. I didn't see it on in one of his restaurants or reviews or anything like that. I think I just saw him cooking at home in a video, and I said, I gotta try that. I've changed a couple things, and yeah, this was delicious. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, if there's no sound, I guess I better end the video. Until next time, everybody, bon appetit.